Hey guys, Maddie here from DCLblogger.com. Going to be doing another NFT weekly update. So what's been going on in the crypto collectible world for the last week or so? Let's kind of go through what's been happening. So I'm going to start with this game over here, CSC, which is Crypto Space Commander. I've been checking in with this game every now and then, and I've been particularly interested because one, the gameplay looks pretty wicked. Two, although space exploration isn't my thing, I am interested in communities being pretty kind of excited behind a game, right? And there's a lot of excitement and enthusiasm behind this game. It's also a game made by the Lucid Site team, who are also the guys behind MLB Crypto. So a lot of promise there. They've recently started one of their ship sales supply, kind of expedition supply crates for sale. You can kind of buy these crates, three, four different types of crates. So this is Series 1, Series 1 Prestige, Series 1 Premium, Mining Crate. Each one gives you different chances to get different things. This is probably the most expensive. If you check it out in USD value, it's $25 US, that's $10 US, that's $5 US, higher chance of getting a T2, T3, T4. So basically, it's a game that looks very promising. The gameplay looks pretty wicked. You kind of explore the world, conquer it, sell things to people, become whatever you can. Sigma Battle Cruiser sold for $25,000 US. So this thing over here, this bad boy sold for $11,500 US. This thing sold for $54,000 US. So there's a lot of money being poured into this. I just thought I'd bring it up because the pre-sale is going on at the moment for these crates. So check it out. The community has about 1,500 members on Discord. It's growing, it's thriving, so there's a lot of promise with this particular game. Our friends at Axie Infinity have released the marketplace for their lands and their items that you got with the pre-sale packs. Basically, back in the day, you could buy these Savannah, so these 4 different types of chests, each giving you a different chance of items and a different location on their map. If we go to the map, you can see that Savannah chests would put you out here, forest chests would put you in the green areas, white is Arctic, and light blue is Mystic. So the closer you get to the center with the more expensive chests, right? So they give you one, each chest gets you one coordinate. This pre-sale already happened, by the way, but what's been announced recently is the ability to trade items. Okay, I have a lot of faith in Axie Infinity, one because they're a Decentraland partner, but more so just because the way they run their community, and also the fact that they've raised from this pre-sale alone, which mind you is only just a quarter of the size of this land. It's only 1/4 of this world map is currently the pre-sale is for that, only 1/4 of the map currently, and they've sold out of Savannah chests, they've sold out of forest chests, they've sold out of Mystic chests, and they've almost sold out of Arctic chests. And if you do the math, that's about 4,000 to 5,000 Ethereum raised just from this 1/4 of their pre-sale. That's a lot of money, guys. And to know that the company has that kind of money or cryptocurrency to work with to build a game is quite promising. Anyway, so the ability to buy and sell items has opened. Each kind of chest gave you 10 items. Some of them were mystic, some of the items were epic, some of the items were rare, some were uncommon, and you can buy and sell things on the marketplace. So one really cool thing is to see at any given time what the cheapest certain items are. So the cheapest Genesis plot, which are pretty rare to get, you can see that the cheapest one is 13 Ethereum. We've had a Genesis plot sell for 10 plus Ethereum, so that's pretty exciting. We've had over 190 Ethereum worth of transactions happen within this market, so you can check out and keep an eye on, similar to Decentraland, keep an eye on different lands for sale for different prices. Currently Savannah lands, you cannot buy them anymore. You can't buy Savannah lands anymore, but the cheapest one is going for 0.06 Ethereum, so it's already at a profit. Before, to buy the pack itself is 0.05 Ethereum, the cheapest Savannah is 0.06 Ethereum, so if you're selling it, you're already at a profit at 0.01 Ethereum. But that's the cheapest. The next, like if someone buys up all these, the next will be 0.07. Someone buys up all of those, I think it's 0.08 soon around the corner. Also, all the items you can keep an eye on. So basically, I keep an eye on the mystic items, the cheapest ones, and you can see it 0.13. Okay, so they're kind of getting cheaper and cheaper. That's pretty cheap actually. I might pick that up after this video. But like to just like mystic items are pretty rare, right? If you just pick up the bottom 10 to 20, then you're at 0.2 Ethereum. I'm kind of waiting for it to figure out where the bottom is as people keep kind of trying to sell. But interesting to see the marketplace develop and people utilize this. I feel like Axie Infinity are going to create a really good experience once they launch their wallet. It's going to be pretty fun. I feel like these items are going to be wanted more because each one does a different thing, right? So that's that. Also, a note on the map, because a lot of people with Decentraland experience remember that in the early days, there wasn't a map like this where you could see the coordinates or where your particular thing was. You'd have to manually find it, right? So once there was a good like 3 to 4 months in between them selling lands and actually creating a marketplace where people could transact lands. And in that space of 3 to 4 months, people were just selling lands for like all kinds of ranges of prices. Most of them were pretty cheap, right? People were selling lands for 5,000 mana, 10,000 mana for really good premium Genesis land connected lands, just because they just didn't know what they were worth. They'd spent 1,000 to 2,000 mana acquiring them, so getting like a 9,000 to 8,000 mana profit was good money. But now a Genesis land doesn't sell for anything cheaper than 60,000 mana. So there was a lot of opportunity back then, and I feel like that the same thing's happening here. People are selling lands kind of all over the shop, but I'm particularly interested in lands that are connected to these chimera spawns, lands connected to these roads, lands connected to rivers, lands connected to anything specifically unique, because that's what's going to have value, because it's just supply and demand. There's just way more lands in these open areas than there is connected to roads, right? It's just literally just supply and demand. So that's that. Decentraland. What's been happening with Decentraland? So basically, I get press release information on stuff that's happening so that I can release it to the public. This actually got on the 22nd of May. I haven't really made a video about it, but basically Decentraland are announcing or releasing avatar creation within the next 2 weeks. So I got this on 22nd May. It's currently the 30th May here in Australia. So within the next week, we should be able to create our own avatars. And the most interesting thing about this is you can create a one-of-a-kind name on the blockchain by burning a bit of mana. And by doing that, you secure your name. So I think people are going to go a bit crazy, in a bit of a frenzy, and create a bunch of names that is unique to them. It's kind of like a domain name, right? Once it's created, you can't make anything exactly like it. Passports are going to be enabled, so people can kind of go around Decentraland and transact things quite easily. If you sign up early, then you'll have early access, and you're in the lucky draw to win one of 50 lucky winners randomly selected to receive limited edition NFT backed accessories for their avatar. So there's going to be a marketplace to sell and buy things on for avatars, so that'll be a different marketplace, but I think this will give Mana more utility, so we're waiting for that to happen. They also said that in the next 30 days or so, the beta is going to be released. So I think in the next few weeks, we should see the world, a beta version of the world that we can explore. There's also this SDK hackathon that was announced yesterday. There is 200,000 mana worth of prizes. So if you are willing to get into a team or do it solo and register, then you can use the SDK and participate in this hackathon, which is from the June 3rd to June 17th, about 14 days, and you can win one of these 3 prizes. That's pretty cool. You'll be invited to a Slack channel where you'll get direct assistance from the DCL team while you work on your project. So I guess it's a little bit a way to get more closer to the Decentraland developers, work with them as well to create your scenes. Talking about Decentraland, there has been a lot of really good sales recently, but this bad boy I just wanted to highlight once again. 1.3 million, $80,000 US. Such a good piece of land, 8x8 plots in dimensions, about 128 meters by 128 meters. Imagine having that kind of a space in virtual reality amongst all of this land and people around you. You can build something bigger. The more connected parcels, the higher you'll be. So you'll probably be towering over everyone else. You can rent these out to other game developers. So there'll be a lot of potential for sure. Over the last 7 days, if we do the math, we look at these charts, 140,000 US dollars transacted, just with estates. But if we were to look at, if we were to go to Decentraland, Decentraland, then you'll see that in single parcels has been 33,000 US dollars as well. So that's a good amount of volume if you add the two. Definitely a lot of sales going on. Battle races. Our friends at Battle Races are pretty cool. Their collaboration with Axie Infinity, you can kind of see what the cars are going to look like. These are obviously Axie inspired vehicles that you can race on the Battle Races tracks. It's pretty cool to see. Also, they've raised very close to 500 Ethereum. This was announced a couple of days ago, so it's probably more than 500 Ethereum now. But I did want to mention that it's pretty awesome to see games that are developing for Decentraland that are holding their pre-sales have so much success. I know that Chainbreakers have raised quite a lot of mana as well, and they'll also be releasing to Decentraland. Axie Infinity, although they are their own independent company, not primarily going to be Decentraland related, but their partnership with Decentraland also was kind of exposed them to this big community that were willing to give them a look and invest in them. And Axie Infinity is a pretty good company by themselves. So it's good to see that kind of an interest when people launch on Decentraland, right? Farside podcasts are pretty cool. They interviewed the Battle Races founder Gabby. You can kind of get his thoughts on things. I don't listen to many podcasts. This is like literally the only one that I listen to, just because it's so related. There's just so much NFT related podcasts with Farside Podcasts. Definitely give it a listen, bookmark it, check them out. Animoca Brands raises $2.5 million for the Sandbox blockchain gaming platform. So the Sandbox are a game or a platform releasing where you can build your own, using their Vox Edit builder, you can build your own kind of experiences. All right. My internet is obviously really bad. It's actually not my internet, it's the laptop. We'll let that load. But there we go. That's pretty cool. You can build what you want, you can animate it. Pretty cool, huh? So they have raised $2.5 million. Animoca Brands are bloody everywhere these days. They are going hard at blockchain games. I feel like they're trying to create marketplaces, thriving marketplaces. They're bringing big brands to blockchain. Formula One is one. You've also got, I believe they're bringing Roller Coaster Tycoon. They're bringing Goon Squad. They're bringing like a lot more titles to the blockchain experience, and they're front running a lot of it just because of the size of the company. They're very successful, and it's great to see them backing projects like these. The Sandbox, Animoca Brands have also partnered with Decentraland, if you don't know that. So they're going to be bringing 2 games to the Decentraland platform. This little piece here is quite interesting. Animoca Brands' relationship with Decentraland will assist in raising funds for the upcoming The Sandbox token sales. So that's very interesting in the sense that it seems like Animoca Brands is going to partner with Decentraland if Decentraland are going to assist in raising funds for the Sandbox token sale, right? And it makes sense. Like if you have some land in Decentraland to port over the stuff that you built on Animoca brand, on the Sandbox to Decentraland. I just feel like because Decentraland is going to aim to develop content. The more content they have, the more users will come, basically. So that's pretty cool to see. F1 Delta Time, you probably heard this by now, but the first car to ever be released by Formula One as an NFT sold for 415 Ethereum. This is one of the I don't often get excited about NFTs, but this is one that if I had the money, I would seriously consider buying it. I would have probably gone up to 200 Ethereum. 400 Ethereum is just completely out of my league. But it is one of a kind. It is one of a kind, guys. Like this thing, not just so much for gameplay, but if you don't by now think that that NFT ownership or collecting, digital collecting is going to become a thing, I don't know what to say. Like, there has been hundreds of thousands of dollars spent in collecting these things, and you can buy these worldwide. I don't know who collects things apart from cards and stuff. I don't really collect things, right? But if you can collect them, it's just as fun, and it actually has a lot more utility than collecting physical things, because you can actually use these things in games. You can kind of display them in different worlds. You can kind of, display them across different various worlds within the crypto space, owning these digital tokens. So I really feel like online digital memorabilia, digital NFTs, and all that kind of stuff is going to become a big thing. So there's a lot of people being like, oh, what the hell? How are people spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on these digital cards? That's so stupid. But for someone who's probably got, participated into the Ethereum or some kind of really big ICO, got really rich off of it, like someone that maybe bought 5,000 Ethereum for $1 each back in the day when they got really lucky, for them it's so easy to spend 400 Ethereum, right? They don't see it as 200,000 US or 100,000 US dollars. They see it as 400 Ethereum. So it just really depends on what perspective you're seeing it. Crypto people will see this and not be as shocked by it, but non-crypto people will look at this and be like, what the hell, why are people spending so much money, fiat money, into this? So it's just perspectives, and I feel like crypto rich people are really going to solidify their positions with NFTs and other really good investments across the crypto sphere. Cheese Wizards has raised more than 1,000 Ethereum. Crypto Wizards raised 1,013 Ethereum in Wizards Summit. So basically, you can now, you'll have to wait till gameplay opens up, but you can kind of fight your wizard in a battle royale. It's pretty cool. 606 Ethereum is the prize pool. They had a very interesting system to generate money for the pre-sale. The earlier you are, obviously the cheaper it is. With every wizard bought, it gets a bit more expensive, but the more expensive wizards are more powerful. So that's an interesting way to keep people engaged and spending all throughout the pre-sale, so that the interest doesn't die off at the end. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's pretty much it. I don't have more to say. I don't want to make this too long. I just want to talk about the main points over the last 7 days. I'll cover more in the next 7 days. Please share this and spread the word of NFTs. NFTs are going to be huge, guys. Keep an eye on them. There's a lot of money to be made. They are such a big thing at the moment within the small communities that we have. But as they grow and people get familiar with buying collectibles and trading collectibles online, I really feel the industry is going to grow. So anyway, good to speak to you all. I will see you guys in another video.